Hello, everyone. Hello and welcome to the Citython Hamburg. My name is Evelina, and I'm a project manager of the Citython project and also part of the CARNET C2PC team. I will be the moderator today, and I'm really excited to be here. For those of you who joined for the first time, let's give you a little bit more information what the Citython is. Citython is a mobility hackathon where a group of experts and students in urban planning, sociology, engineering, data science, and business creation work together to foster innovation in our cities and compete against each other to provide innovative solutions. This time, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, we will hold this event virtually. And during the hackathons days, participants are offered inspirational talks and the groups have the opportunity to attend mentoring sessions to receive feedback about their work. And also at the end of the event, the jury, integrated by members from EIT Urban Mobility, public institutions and experts, will award the best given solutions. EIT Urban Mobility is a European initiative that brings together cities, universities, research centers, and industry to work jointly and on mobility innovations and make cities more livable. In partnership with the City of Hamburg, at the Digital Hub Logistics Hamburg, the Universitat Politècnica de Catalunya, CARNET, we are working together in the organization and execution of this event with the expertise from previous hackathons. We would like to thank you to our special partners, EITS Hamburg 2021 and the European Mobility Week to present the Citython initiative as an activity during both events. And if you are interested to know more about both events, to book your seat, for example, for ITS Hamburg or European Mobility Week, check the link in the chat. You will find now. And as a part of EIT Urban Mobility core activities, the aim for this year is to celebrate Citythons in top European cities. We start in the city of Eindhoven with our first Citython this year, then followed by the cities of Bilbao and Barcelona. Now we organize the third Citython in the lovely city of Hamburg. And the last Citython this year we will organize in the city of Lublin in Poland. Before hopping in the content, let's sort out something important. Have you already registered for this Citython that will take place between 27th of September and 1st of October? If you are still missing your seat, scan the QR code you see on the screen right now before Sunday, 19th of September, 6 p.m. Central European time, and book your seat. If you don't have colleagues or buddies to tackle urban challenges, no worries at all. Our team will help you and find you team members. And now, are you ready? Let's explore our way ahead in this year Citython in Hamburg. In the slide on the screen, you can see our agenda for the next week before 1st of October and day-by-day activities that our participants will take part before the closure ceremony and announcement of the winners on October 1st. And talking about the winners, so maybe most of you are curious to know about the award this year. So the award of the Citython Hamburg are 1,500 euros in prizes, but also the opportunity to present your winning solution during the ITS Hamburg event in October and the Barcelona City Expo in November. So, and now let's let me present the agenda for today. As you can see, our first part of the event will be more focused on the the speech with representatives from the EIT Urban Mobility in ITS Hamburg. And the second part is more focused on announcement of the challenges. And we will finalize our webinar today with inspirational tech talk provided by Florian Albert. So just to not do more delay, I would like to welcome on our virtual stage our first speaker today. This is Henrik Morgan. He is Director Innovation Hub North in EIT Urban Mobility. Henrik, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Evelina, and hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Henrik, as you can see, and I head our North European operations, to which I'm very proud and delighted that Hamburg is a part, being a major city in the northern part of Germany. And next slide, please. We were a consortium coming together back in 2015 with the challenge we knew was coming from the European Union, the EIT, which is the European Institute for Innovation Technology. And the challenge was really to be the winning bid for a public-private innovation partnership dealing with urban mobility. So we worked for several years to respond to this call, and Hamburg was one of the founding partners. You will see who they were in a later slide. And we eventually have responded to this challenge to how can we make sure that Europe stays in the vanguard, in the lead of sustainable urban mobility. And the challenge that we took on, this lead vision or lead vision that we present and still work again together, you can see here. So instead of taking a focus on creating better vehicles or less rail or something like this, our guiding vision is really to use our powerful public and private partnership with academic institutions, cities, industry, and so on, to really help our cities in Europe and beyond Europe eventually to really create more livable cities for their citizens and helping the cities to speed up the innovation and the transition so they can make better use of the public spaces so that space is not taken up by road networks, parking lots, and asphalts so much. Of course, these infrastructures are still really necessary, but by applying a lot of state-of-the-art and already existing technologies, modalities, solutions that already are out there, by helping the cities to combine them in a better way, we can actually help them to create a nicer place for their citizens to be in. And that is what this is all about. Next slide, please. So when we came together and won this major bid back in 2019, these are the so-called core partners. You can see the logos represented here. Apart from our cities, which by no accident is in the center front of this diagram, including here the city of Hamburg, we have other really leading and visionary European cities here, but we also have really important industry and academic institutions and other knowledge institutes that can help to realize this vision. But we already knew when we responded to this bid that this excellent partnership alone with, at that time, 48 partners here, if you count the logos, these 48 alone cannot make the job. We will need all the brain trust of Europe from all the best students, from all the best startups, from many more academic and industry partners here. So our community is open to any such company or institution that can actually contribute to what is already in the network and can add something to it. So the situation here today, after now 2 years of operation, in September this year, we are now 52 core partners instead of the 48 at the time of start. We have more than 50 project partners who are currently active in projects receiving financial funding from EIT Urban Mobility, and we have well over 50 and actually 100 network partners. So again, public and private entities, also cities of every size, who wants to join this powerful network in order to create and learn and be inspired for solutions that can work also for their cities or for their product portfolios when it comes to industries. So with this growing partnership and now around 200 partners, we organize ourselves in a geographical way. And you can see in the small corner here on the left that we have our 5 regional innovation hubs here represented by each of their own colors, and the purple color in the northern part of Europe, including Hamburg and northern Germany and Poland, and all the Baltic and Nordic countries is where we deal with the innovation ecosystems in these countries, and we have colleagues covering the rest of Europe for the entire European Union. Next slide, please. So what do we do? Well, we have possibilities and economic means to fund a lot of activities. I will show you a little bit more what kind, but the activity we are here on today, the Citython, is one of them. So in broad lines, what we do is provide a platform where all these interested parties can come together, and where we, based on real city challenges that we identify together with our city partners, we can make these partners engage, come together, meet, ideate, and create innovative solutions for some of these challenges. Many of our projects are driven by technology and technological solutions to problems, but we have many projects that go beyond that. So we have projects that focus inclusively on or have a very important aspects of issues such as behavioral change. So how do people use transport in the city, or how does waste disposal or freight logistics interact with the other transport modalities and the physical layouts of the cities, and of course the digital infrastructures behind it in relation to what we call as smart cities. We also have projects that are dealing with the governance. So how can cities or countries and the European Union better regulate the use, for example, of data in a way so it serves the needs and the interest of the citizens. So what we do here is to provide virtual and also hopefully soon again many physical places where these partners and interested stakeholders and individuals can meet and connect and together co-create new solutions for the challenges that we identify that are really out there and that several parties and several cities experience at the same time. Speed is of essence when we talk about modern day innovation, and this is also true for urban innovation. So we are by design having a very accelerated paces of the way we do projects and how we can help the partners engaged in the particular projects to scale and implement the solutions on a real life scale and basis. And finally, we have a large program also in education. So a part of the DNA of a knowledge and innovation community like EIT Urban Mobility is not only the more or less research-led projects, but it is also educational programs. And this will lead to my next slide, please, where you can see our 5 main programs. We have academy here, which is indeed the educational programs. We have the innovation programs, which are the more, let's say, research-led programs where several parties work together on a specific solution to a specific challenge. We have on the left, the business creation here is our program where we can help startups and entrepreneurs and small and medium-sized enterprises to scale and test their ideas out in the real world and also to go beyond Europe. And finally, we have in the green factory where we have colleagues that will help to leverage, to scale some of the solutions, some of the proof of concepts to a wider global scale, also to the benefit of the partners that have helped create some of these solutions. And finally, we have, and at the center of it all, the City Club. So our city partners, not only the core, but also more than that, have their own, we call it City Club, their own structure. And in this City Club, these cities, these innovative cities can exchange on good practices, but also on their pain points and their challenges. And this is where we listen by the door and, so to speak, take notes and identify the challenges that we can then put out in open call for projects where innovative stakeholders can actually form consortia and provide solutions to those challenges. In the academy area, we have a master school with operated by some of our participating universities. We have a large program, and that will be scaled considerably over the next coming years, over professional education to training for transport and urban planning professionals out there already, because technological development is moving so fast these days when we talk about urban mobility, and the need for insights, both of technical and regulatory nature, are really increasing. And then again, as I said, on business creation, we focus currently on early stage startups that need the help to accelerate or need the help to be put in connection with some of our established partners, big industry or cities, where they can test out their solutions before going global. Next slide, please. Listening by the door with the City Club, so to speak, we have meticulously recorded by, of course, survey methods over the past 3 years, identified 238 urban mobility challenges that our existing city partners have pointed to, said this is a major thing where we need some help. We cannot solve this alone. We need the help of other types of players who are not cities, but for example, universities or startups or big companies. We have mapped all these challenges, and the number of challenges will grow, of course, over the year as developments happen. But we have mapped all these challenges currently identified into 9 challenge areas where they are logically grouped. And for budgetary reasons, we are currently focusing on 5 of these 9 challenge areas, where we know that all 9 are actually basically very important for leading cities in Europe. So the 5 more visible you see here of the 9 have been the basis for our this year's call for projects, and also next year's annual call for projects will center around likely the same 5, but certainly not all 9, because we still do not have the full budget to go all in on all areas. And this is what we identify together with our partners to find the most pains, where the biggest pains and challenges are, and where we need the most bright ideas and best innovators to help. My last slide, I think, is the next one, which is thank you very much. We are keen to work with all that think they can be part of a better future for Europe's cities, and we need all your best ideas and your brain power to make this happen. Thank you very much.
Henrik Morgan, Director of Innovation Hub North for the EIT Urban Mobility. Thank you so much for all the information you share with us. Let's now give the floor to our second speaker today. For me, it's a pleasure to present Harry Evers, Managing Director of ITS Hamburg 2021. Mr. Evers, welcome. The floor is yours.
Yes, thanks a lot for this introduction, and thanks a lot, Henrik, for this beautiful overview. It's really flying through all these topics of the EIT mobility activities. And so I tried to go forward also with a really deep but short introduction to our upcoming event for the ITS World Congress 2021. My name is Harry Evers. I'm responsible now since 6 years for the preparation and now hopefully also for the operating of this ITS World Congress in October. And I'm quite happy that we can do so because we have made the decision together with Ertico that we will have a face-to-face meeting with 2G regulations. So vaccinated or recovered people are able to join and to come in with, I think, nearly clear and open space. You have to wear your mask, but all the other things are nearly the same since before these pandemic activities. So that's quite important for networking, for going into such an area with high security and safety. And I'm quite open to welcome you and to invite you to this Congress. And thanks a lot also for these already existing events in Eindhoven and Bilbao. And I think you will hear some more details also from Matthias Höhne coming up for the next speech after our short coffee break. So next slide, I've prepared some interesting activities. It's really connecting to all your topics. So a huge point is quite clear that the ITS road strategy roadmap from Hamburg is established several years ago, and we focused on these special topics because it's quite clear that the city has to improve and has to invest in all these topics to make sure that the transport must be more safety, the reducing of transport related impacts. And I think it's also quite clear that we have the reduction of the pollution in all these fields to reduce also the traffic and make it easier for the participants and the inhabitants of such an area. So it's quite clear, and these topics are already addressed since 2030. So quite clear that this ITS World Congress is only a stopover, an accelerator. We would like to show all of these already existing projects and to go forward to the next steps then until 2030, together with you with the urban mobility activities as well. Next slide, please. So we have only some projects here addressed, but during the Congress, we will have about 19 projects will be shown for these really demonstration kind of type. Switch is a quite easy point from the Hamburger Hochbahn. You can use other transport modes and easily also the ticketing to cross over to give all the information. That's one point. The other point is in the middle addressed here. It's a test trial. I think it's a test trial with amazing activity in Hamburg, 11 kilometers long, equipped with car to infrastructure and the communication infrastructure. The upcoming of 5G is also involved, and the clear schedule is also to come up with the next area to improve this test trial. This test trial, test track, is open for everybody, and we will see for the L3 pilot during the World Congress the presentation of about 11 or 12 car manufacturers, and they will show you the latest applications for automatic driving and parking, not only in this area but also in the Elbphilharmonie for automatic parking inside and also for a special area of the highway. So you can see it inside the area of the fairground, but also you are able to go inside a demonstration. You can join such a car and have this experience on your own. On the last point is our, I think, quite famous project called Heat. It's a small car you can just already use, automatic driven in this area of the city, in the Hafen city area. And it's also possible, of course, to join and to have this experience live in Hamburg. Next, please. So it's quite, from our point of view, experience, future mobility now. So that's also the reason it's not possible to have a face-to-face meeting, because if you would like to get the experience, you must be there. So you must get these experience and just now, not only for the future ideas. So this 80, 90 projects we have established are really not only driven by such a car. We have also in the logistic aspect a lot of projects to be shown, and then also at the area of the harbor we have drone applications. I think a new upcoming aspect with drones, special use cases to make all these mobility aspects also safer, and you have more information about some monitoring activities by covering all the privacy aspects as well. So it's not the pizza delivering service. No, we have to look forward for really some really honest activities, and you will have over the whole week the show every day, several demonstrations with drones, and you can look inside this area as well. Next, please. That's it. Thank you. So quite important for me to invite you, and also quite sure that for this Citython, we have quite make some decisions. So you will receive the winning teams free tickets to join to the ITS World Congress, to see all these activities for themselves. I think it's quite sure, and I'm really happy if I can invite you now and see you during the ITS World Congress, because since 6 or 7 years we are preparing this World Congress, and now we are happy that we are able, besides this Corona aspects, that we have a really face-to-face meeting in October, and I would be happy if we see there. Thanks a lot.
Harry Evers, Managing Director, ITS Hamburg 2021. Thanks a lot for being with us today and sharing with us these interesting insights. And before we jump in the world of urban challenges and present them to our participants, I would like to invite you to a short break. Will be a very, very short break because we want to be into our agenda. So quickly grab coffee or tea and let's see together the following video that explain more visual what Mr. Evers mentioned during his presentation. So enjoy it and see you in a while.
Thank you.
Hi, are you also looking forward to 2021? Today, I'll share what's been happening with mobility in Hamburg lately and what you can expect at the ITS World Congress. Hamburg is alive, and mobility gives it its pulse. I call it Hamburg Tech. The aim of the city is that no one has to wait more than 5 minutes for public transport. It's exciting, and it's made for people in the Hanseatic city. I don't need to pay attention to timetables. I just move through the city when and how I want to, and I always find a connection. Last year's vision is now in progress. Heat is up and running. Tests for autonomous driving in the middle of the city. Crazy, isn't it? New mobility doesn't always need streets though. More and more drones are being used in Hamburg. For instance, to transport urgent lab samples between hospital and testing labs. Important deliveries for hospitals now go quickly and securely with Medifly, and there's no traffic congestion. I think the coolest thing is the Hamburg Takt. Timetables, they don't matter. I can switch between transport modes at any time and I always make my connection. Hamburg is planning 60 kilometers of new bike paths every year, and there are more and more bicycle parking garages. It's good for the climate and great for bike fans like me. I feel safe too. Hamburg focuses on less protected road users like cyclists. Our traffic authority is working with citizens to rethink how we do things, what makes sense and mobility safer. We'll see you next year in October. I'm looking forward to it. Feel the pulse of the city yourself. Experience lots of ITS projects and new alternatives for inner city mobility. Live.